Imagine a temple so vast, so intricately designed, that entire cities have grown up within its walls. A place where over 30,000 people once lived full-time, where thousands still gather today, and where every stone, every tower, every corridor tells a story written in stone and devotion. This is Meenakshi Temple in Madurai, South India, and most people alive today have never truly understood its scale or its secret purpose. Yet when you walk through its eastern gateway and feel the cool shadow of the thousand-pillar hall wash over you, when you hear the temple bells echo across courtyards the size of city blocks, when you see pilgrims weeping before the golden statue of the Divine Mother, in that moment, you realize you have entered not just a house of worship, but an entire universe contained within human design. By the end of this video, you will discover why Meenakshi Temple was built as a living, breathing city. And I will reveal something that even most Hindu scholars rarely speak about, the mathematical secret hidden in its towers that connects it to the cosmic order itself. The Meenakshi Temple stands in Madurai, a city in Tamil Nadu that claims to be one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities on earth. The temple's origins trace back thousands of years, though the magnificent structure we see today was primarily built between the 14th and 17th centuries, during the reign of the Nayak dynasties who ruled the region. But the deity herself, Meenakshi, meaning fish-eyed, a reference to her compassionate gaze, has been worshipped here since the earliest Tamil literature, in texts written over 2000 years ago. The temple is not dedicated to one deity alone. At its heart stands Meenakshi, the Divine Mother in her most powerful form, Shakti, the primordial feminine energy of the universe. Beside her is her consort, Sundareshwara, a form of Shiva, the cosmic destroyer and transformer. Together, they are not merely idols in a sanctuary. According to the temple's living tradition, they are the eternal rulers of Madurai itself. Every major decision in the city, every festival, every ritual conducted here, is an expression of their cosmic sovereignty. The temple's architecture sprawls across an area larger than 14 acres. It contains 4 massive gopurams, temple towers, the tallest rising nearly 52 meters into the sky, covered in thousands of hand-carved figures of deities, celestial beings, and mythological scenes. Inside, there are 13 main mandapas, or halls, each one a masterpiece of Dravidian architecture. The corridors stretch for nearly 3.5 kilometers if you were to walk them all. This is not accidental. This is intentional design meant to transform the experience of worship itself. But here is what most people, even devout Hindus, do not know about Meenakshi Temple. The structure was deliberately designed as a functioning microcosm of Hindu cosmology. The 4 gopurams represent the 4 cardinal directions. The Sanctum Sanctorum at the center represents Mount Meru, the cosmic mountain at the center of creation. Every corridor, every courtyard, every dimension of the temple follows sacred geometric principles called Vastu Shastra, the ancient Hindu science of sacred space. The temple was not just a place to pray. It was a 3-dimensional mandala, a cosmic diagram that helped devotees experience the structure of the universe itself through walking, seeing, and experiencing its architecture. When you walked through Meenakshi Temple in its prime, you were literally journeying through a representation of all creation. For centuries, this temple was not only a religious center, it was the administrative heart of Madurai. Scholars estimate that during the 16th century, as many as 30,000 people lived within the temple complex itself. There were residences for priests, warriors, artists, scholars, and administrators. There were workshops where sculptors carved new figures, where weavers created sacred cloth, where musicians composed and performed temple music. There were schools where children learned the Vedas, the scriptures of Sanatan Dharma. The temple fed thousands daily. It maintained its own army. In many ways, it was a complete, self-contained civilization. This reveals something profound about Hindu temple philosophy that modern minds often miss. In Sanatan Dharma, the temple is never seen as separate from life. It is not a place you escape to. It is the center around which all of life organizes itself: economics, governance, art, education, daily rhythm. The temple is the heart, and the city is the body. When the British colonial administration gradually took over Madurai's governance, this living connection was severed. The thousands who once lived within the temple walls migrated to the city beyond. Yet the temple remained, and remains today, a living organism of devotion and culture. What does Meenakshi Temple teach us about the sacred today? It teaches us that spirituality is not meant to be confined to quiet moments or private devotion. The grandeur you see here, the beauty that took centuries to create, the complexity that requires thousands of priests to maintain, this was built because the ancients believed that the divine should touch every aspect of human experience. Art, architecture, music, dance, daily ritual, economic life, governance itself, all of these were meant to be soaked in spirituality. When you visit Meenakshi Temple, even in photographs or imagination, you are witnessing not just religious devotion, but a complete vision of how human civilization can be organized around the sacred. Today, Meenakshi Temple remains one of the most visited temples on earth, drawing over 25,000 devotees daily. The annual Chittirai festival, celebrating the divine marriage of Meenakshi and Sundareshwara, remains one of the most elaborate religious celebrations in the world, attracting over 1 million people. The temple still maintains its rituals exactly as prescribed in the ancient texts. The priests still perform the abhisheka, the ritual bathing and anointing, of the deity each morning, following procedures that have remained unchanged for over 1,000 years. In an age of rapid change, Meenakshi Temple remains a living connection to something ancient, eternal, and profoundly human. When you stand before the golden image of Meenakshi, when you feel the presence of something vast and compassionate looking back at you through that divine gaze, you are experiencing what millions have experienced for millennia, a moment where the human and the divine meet. You are standing in a city built by human hands, yet designed to reflect the structure of creation itself. This is the gift of Meenakshi Temple to humanity, the knowledge that if we build with reverence, organize with wisdom, and dedicate ourselves to something greater than ourselves, we create not just buildings, but worlds. May you one day stand where Meenakshi's gaze falls, and know, in that moment, that you are home. Subscribe to Sanatan.